of the architectural centerpieces of the Circuit of the Americas is the main grandstand, which overlooks the main straight and the pit paddock complex. It seats over 9,000 fans in 3 different tiers and has all the facilities and amenities you'd expect from a world-class sporting event experience. The Circuit of the Americas track and facility had 2 major designers. The track itself was designed by world-renowned German Hermann Tilke and his team, who've been charged with the lion's share of Formula One tracks in the last decade. But it was local architects Miro Rivera of Austin who were asked to design the entry sequence into the facility, the Grand Plaza Observation Tower, Amphitheatre and main grandstand.
We started working on the Grand Plaza, and more the areas that the fans coming to visit this place for races or for other events are going to see the work that we have done outside the track, and the main grandstand is one of the main elements of that experience for fans. So we have been trying to take advantage of the things that the track has in terms of topography, views. We wanted to connect everything in a way that will make the track and the facilities that we have designed around work very well together.
Built in less than 2 years, there was also the challenge of making the structure adaptable for many different events.
There was a lot of pressure to get something done quickly, on time, and we had a very practical approach to this. So we had to do something that it was performance driven, but in a way we saw that as an opportunity to develop an aesthetic for the building that was not unlike Formula One cars, that the way they look is a consequence of the way they need to perform. So what we have is a very flexible concept. We have a very flexible design that is modular, that can be expanded over time, that can be adapted. It's more like a kit of parts where we have permanent seats, concessions, restrooms, suites, permanent roof, and we can pull and put some of these elements depending on the conditions that we have. So it is very important to come up with something that can have that flexibility.
A canopy of steel tubes over the entrance facade ties in the structure with the observation tower and the Grand Plaza. The ground level is for concessions, while the second floor contains the club level 6,500 square foot Velocity Lounge.
A lot of the aesthetics that we developed was more based on an idea we had that this had to be crisp, high-tech, contemporary. In a way, integrating the signage and the graphics is very important when you think about the aesthetics of speed and cars. They have a lot of the graphics incorporated in them. So we wanted those to be the elements that were driving the design.
The top floor is perhaps the ultimate in a sporting experience. Private suites with inside and outside seating, full bar and food. TV and big screens, as well as outstanding views of the first and last corners and the track and all the action from the pit lane.
I like the fact that it has 2 very different sides. Conceptually, I like the idea when you're sitting on where we are now and you see this high-tech kind of fabric roof. We wanted to make this translucent. We want to get that sense of precision that these kind of roofs and tensile structures bring. So very pleased with the fact that this has this facing the cars and the experience of what's going on the track. And then on the other side, what we have done that is very interesting, we have reversed many of the ways that people think about the concession. We open them up to the street, to the face that is facing the entry. And it makes for a very lively space in front of the grandstand because you have all those tents and all those things that are brought in when you have events. And the canopy that is covering all those concessions is a very bold architectural move. Those canopies that cantilever almost 35 feet is a very welcoming element that is trying to make people feel welcome in the concession areas.
From the main grandstand, you get all the thrill of the start line roar, the first corner maelstrom, and the memories of a photo finish and the podium celebrations.
It's been a great opportunity for firms in Austin to show that we can do this kind of work.
It was always going to be a challenge for the Circuit of the Americas and its design partners to work in such a short space of time, but they seem to have pulled it off in true Texas style.